Well, I want to congratulate Missouri State and Coach Petrino on a great game plan. Um, he had his kids better prepared than I did, and he did a wonderful job. They got a really good quarterback. We knew that coming in. Man, did he make a lot of plays, and we turned the ball over uh, twice, and then but when Bryce Stevens returned the punt for a touchdown, that hadn't been done. It was last year, um, I guess, but first time this year, and we're just so fortunate to win. These games like this are, the, if you're not playing well or the other team's playing well or whatever the situation is, you're just trying to fight and claw to get out with a win. And there were several different times in the game that it looked like we weren't going to. And our kids just kept fighting and clawing, and to come out with an 11-point win, it says a lot about the culture, I think, of our program and our kids. So I'm really proud that we won the game, and I'll leave it at that right now.
Sam, the punt return, what was your vantage point on that? And obviously that was a huge momentum turn and play, gave you the lead.
Well, Sam Bakke was on their gunner, and we felt like that if we could handle the gunner, that we would have not an opportunity to score a touchdown, but an opportunity to return a decent return. And Bakke did a really good job on the outside. And then, Bryce won 100 meters in Oklahoma. He's fast, and he got up the sideline. Guys did a great job, but he got up the sideline and outran them. And big play in the game. I was happy for him and the special team. I was happy for Fountain, but we thought we'd have a chance to return one, but we obviously didn't think it would go for a touchdown.
What was the feeling on the sidelines? Because you've been trailing the entire game, and then just like that, you're ahead.
Well, we had to put some pressure on them. We never put any pressure on them. They we're up 7-7, then 10 and 17, or 14 and 17, and then one or the other, and then went up, and we tied it, and they went up touchdown, went up field goal, went up 10. They never really had pressure on them. We never had gotten ahead of them, and then that allowed us to play with the lead, which was a big thing at the end of the game.
Coach, I know you preach one game at a time. Do you think that your team was looking forward to next week?
No, I don't. I mean, I thought, I'll be honest with you, I thought we had a really good week of practice. I think we were focused. Now, I think there's a difference in looking forward to next week and not giving enough respect for the team you're playing. I think that. And I just think Missouri State outplayed us, to be perfectly honest with you. But if I was going to have a reason why or something like that, it would be because they did. And the other thing is that, I remember we went in there and beat Cincinnati, and nobody was happy. Nobody was this. Well, Cincinnati's a really good team, and so we're not going to have a problem getting up for the next few. The name on the side of the hat, pretty significant. So, but I don't in any way want to not give Missouri State everything they deserve, because they were, I don't know if their team wasn't better than us today because we beat them, but Coach was better than me today, and I got to get that fixed.
Their 4th and 1 play where they scored the touchdown, Arkansas fans have seen that before. Is that the first time you've seen it?
We were in zero coverage. We had a guy for him. And it was really a great call because, if he doesn't, gutsy call and wide open, but it's not like we planned on cutting him loose, but yeah, it was a great call by Coach and well executed.
Coach, early on, it seemed like pretty much everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah, amen.
What do you think contributed to that? And what was the mood on the sideline while it was all unfolding?
My mood, or what do you mean?
The sideline. The sideline. I mean, did you get?
No. I learned against Auburn last year not to panic. You guys may think I did on the 4th down where we ran the ball, but I tried not to panic because if I do, the team will. And so we just kept talking to them about what we're doing good. We were running well into the boundary. We were protecting well on offense. We weren't holding on to the ball. We gave it to them on the goal line. I mean, we're about to score, and we give it to them about on the 25. We're about to, we're moving the ball well. We couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. We didn't tackle well tonight at all. But made enough plays to win. We've got to get better and all that kind of stuff. But no, we didn't panic. If we do, it just becomes a point fest, and we're a team. I don't want to do that.
You mentioned that 4th down call where you ran it on 4th and 9. What happened there?
Well, we ran it on 4th and 9 is exactly what happened. He turned around, he handed the ball, and he ran in there for about 5. And then the official come up and he goes the other way. And Missouri State's team came out and they started hauling butt down the field. The call was, it was a run to run. We thought that we had them in 2 or quarters, and we thought we could surprise them and get them in there. And it was a run to run where basically we can hand it or KJ can run it, and it didn't work. And that's the honest goodness truth. I wish I could tell you that we had a pass on and something happened. That's the truth though, but it didn't work.
You guys finished with 8 sacks tonight. I think that's about the most in a game in 10 years. How did pressure on the quarterback late kind of
We
flip
had
the game?
to, we're fighting our butt off, but we had to pressure him. And I mean, the guy was hard to tackle. He's a good player, but we had to pressure him. And of course, JD got a couple, I guess, and Drew got 2 or 3, I think. And Drew's so valuable in that because he can a lot of times run you down. If you get out of the pocket, he can run you down and things of that nature. But going into the game, that was exactly the game plan. We were going to put pressure on him because we knew how good the receivers were. We just couldn't contain him, and he would get outside the pocket and make plays with his feet or with his arm,
What have
I'm
you
so happy we won, man. Unbelievable.
What have you thought about Drew's ability to get in the offensive
like it.
backfield first 3 weeks?
I like it. What do you think about it?
I just question for you, man.
Well, what's the answer? What he is, he's long, he's very strong, and that's his forte, before he transferred, on the line of scrimmage guy. I like what we're doing with him. We're putting him on the edge, putting him in inside and then over the guard. But he's just a really good player, and he has a knack to rush the quarterback. And Barry and Mike have drawn up some really nice packages for him.
Coach Matt Landers had a career day. How important was it for him to have this kind of breakout game?
Well, I didn't really see let me see what Matt did. 8 targets, 7 catches, 120. Yeah. I'm proud of Matt because he dropped the pass against South Carolina, and he struggled with that. I mean, it was bothering him. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. I told him, I said, you're going to drop another one eventually. You will. But it ain't because you don't want to. And it's not that you can't catch it. It's just you dropped it. So get over it, and move on. And I mean, the good Lord's perfect. Nobody else is. Just we're going to be all right. And to him to bounce back like that, that's big. He's going to help us. Though. He's a good player, really good player. He's going to help us throughout the year. I'm awful proud of him and for him.
Can you
Thank
talk about
for the question?
Sorry, can you talk about how the offense defense cleaned up the penalties in the second half?
Well, what did we have at halftime? 3? Did we have 3? And then we had two false starts, I think, in the second half. I don't remember. How many did we end up having penalty wise? 6. So I can't remember where the third one was. I know we had a couple of holdings on special teams, which we had made such a big deal out of it. But yeah, usually penalties happen when you get tireder. When you get tired, your feet aren't there. You're grabbing, you're holding because your feet can't get you to the thing. And so 6 is better than last week. We had 10. If we get around 4 and 3 a game, that's probably going to happen. But we got work to do on it. But I was proud that we cleaned it up, and especially on the punt. I was looking on a punt return to see if there's any flags laying back there.
Coach Rocket Sanders, 22 carries, 167 yards. But the one I wanted to ask about was looked like a shovel pass that goes up the middle 73 yards. I don't think I've ever seen a shovel pass up the middle. It goes up the middle for 73 yards.
Well, you about did in that one because they were bumping him and this, that, and other. He just got through there about like that. And then that's why his mama named him Rocket. But I mean, for him, to have 200 and I don't know what he had, 240 something yards of total offense. It was unfortunate for him because he'll take it personally. I mean, good players do. About, we lost the ball down there on the one. He'll take it personal, but he did, because then he come back. He said, "Hey, I got to make up for it." Good ones do that. But yeah, it was just down the pipe shovel with him, and the old line blocked it up, and then he just took off. It was beautiful. We needed it bad.
Coach, there's a lot of times tonight where it seems like KJ may have had an opportunity to run, but decided to stay in the pocket and let plays develop. Was that by design for him to let things develop, or what?
No, I just believe that he felt like someone was going to come open for him. Here's what I do know. He was very, very comfortable with his protection, and so he thought normally the clock in your head goes off and you go, "Hey, I got to run." But I think, especially like it might have been in the second quarter where he had a lot of time to throw the ball, I think he got comfortable, and I think he just kept holding it, feel like somebody may come open. Sometimes they did, and then sometimes they didn't. But I think it wasn't designed. I think it was just more KJ being KJ and saying, "Hey, I can hang in here a little bit longer and give him some time."
Sam, a lot of top 10 teams have been losing. We know that. It was rough for you guys tonight, but you found a way to win. And
Yeah.
you outscored them 38-10 after you fell behind initially.
Yeah.
So how big was it to find a way to win and you could, what you can build off this?
You imagine walking in here getting beat tonight? I would say, "You want to trade me spots?" I mean, y'all know us, nobody wants to be up here losing a game that you're supposed to win. You know what I mean? So I'm so glad we won, and glad that the kids turned everything was going downhill and turned it around. And so I don't know if I answered your question, but I'm glad they turned around, glad we won.
Maybe kind of how you can build off this going.
I think we can. I mean, I think eventually I don't want to get 17-0 again and say, "Hey, we did it one time, let's do it again." I'd rather hold on that one, but if it does, I think you can learn from it. Sure do.
I'm sorry, Rocket, another 100-yard game, another career high.
Isn't that something?
What'd you think of his running? Then what'd you think of KJ's pass?
Yeah, I thought both of them played well. I don't know KJ's numbers here. I'll look real quick, but we just told KJ on the last couple of drives, is just said, "Hey, it's your game. Go take over the game." I mean, that's what he does. And I just wanted him to know we were expecting him to, so, and he did, I mean, that's what good players do. They always can't do it, every single time, but most of the time he can do it. And that's what he did. And Rocket played 200 some yards of offense. played his butt off. He cares. All of them do in there, but he wanted to make up for that fumble, and he did.
Coach, you still didn't see Dominic Johnson tonight. Any update on when we're going to
He's
see him?
fine. I mean, going into the game, we had said that he's ready and that we could play him. And I actually don't know how much R-Dub played. I don't know if how much he played tonight. I don't know, but we were going to go down that order. AJ, there's of course Rocket, and then AJ, then R-Dub, and then Dominique. And I didn't think he had played. I wasn't positive, but I didn't think he had played, but he'll be fine. I mean, and I think once when he gets up in the morning, I think his mind was kind of wishy-washy on if he was ready or not. So I think he'll be fine, ready to go next week. I do believe he'll play next week, though.
Along those same lines, you have any update on Slusher? And we also saw Jashad Stewart wasn't dressed out tonight.
Jashad, I think he'll be fine on hopefully Monday. And I've said it last week on Slush too. But I'm hoping that he'll be ready to go by Monday. I sure think he will, but I don't know that.
Sam, Joe Adams, you ever talked to him? He was here tonight because he got in the Hall of Honor.
Who?
Joe Adams,
Yeah.
probably the most
Fun.
electrifying
Yeah.
punt returners I was ever had. All due respect to Ken Hatfield or whoever, but just I don't know, is that karma? Joe's in the house and he ran
Yeah.
back 2 punts for.
That's what it was. We need to take him down to Dallas. Is that, Hunter, can we do that, or is that? There you go. Hey, find somebody got some kickoff returns. Let's get him too. He was electric when he played here. Good for him. Congratulations to him and all the other ones inducted to the Hall of Fame. But I don't know if there's any correlation. Ask him. He may think there is, but no, it was awesome. I'm sure it was awesome for him to see as well. We setting a record, buddy, or what are we doing? I mean, is this a pre-Texas A&M? Is this Thursday before A&M, or can we leave?
I covered the city.